Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Noise and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. In the last episode, we redid our ore processing, which is right down here. We redid this guy, and well, there's a little bit of a problem. Namely that these guys, plus to a lesser extent these two, take up way too much power, more power than we're producing at the moment. So before we can run this full-fledged, we're going to have to up our power generation, and that's not going to be the easiest of things, but we'll get there. So I just put a lever on the igneous extruder. I let these guys kind of go through. I took all of the excess stuff out and put it all in here, and basically whenever I want to run these guys, which will cause the rest of the system to go, all I have to do is just activate this and it will start extracting, or it should. And the sand should go there. Yep. Okay. So these pipes are a little slow. That's okay. That's not that big of a deal. I went ahead and I finished the all the filters and everything. I decided to put a chest here just as a buffer chest. And I put all of the powders and everything where they need to go. All these filters are set up correctly. Everything but aluminum goes in here and aluminum goes in here to get smelted directly. And just as a precaution, because we have a dense item duct here, I went ahead and just put a filter here so that these guys are not allowed into the interface, just as a precaution. It's not that big of a deal, but I just don't want that stuff getting into the system if I can help it. So this is working just fine. It's going to be a little slow. We'll need to get more speed upgrades and all that fun stuff, especially for this guy. This guy just needs speed upgrades for all I care. But I went ahead and did that. If you were a stout observer, I added a little bit more to the house. I just put on a roof, what will eventually be a second floor. We'll have some stairs like here or something. And I don't know what I'm going to put upstairs. I'm considering putting the AE system upstairs, but I don't think that'd be a good idea. I don't know. I did go ahead and move these basic machines over here from over there. And we're going to teach the system how to make the basic machines a little bit easier. So one of the big things is the machine frame that is a little bit difficult to make. Glass and iron is easy enough, but we need to have this 10 gear. Well, we can use this recipe for 10 gears. And we teach the system that. We should be able to go ahead and teach the system how to make machine frames. Now the reason I'm doing this is we're going to need to do this later anyways for making better solar panels. I do want to go ahead and make a lot more solar panels, but we'll get there with most of that stuff. Let's go ahead and craft like 20 more blank patterns. And while we're waiting, let's go ahead and tell it to also make a machine frame. So that should be really easy. And I need to make another, what is it called? Why am I? Induction furnace. I don't know why I was blanking on that. So we need redstone reception coil. That's easy enough. And Invar gears. Now I don't think there's a recipe for Invar gears. Nope, we have to go smelt them up. That's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to worry about automating that at the moment, at least. Just because there's no need to. I have 10 yet another of the Botania flowers. I'll be honest with that. Okay, so I'm trying to decide what to use as food for this guy. If we want to use the culinary generator, toast is actually pretty good. It generates 63,000 RF per tick. But if we look at epic bacon is 150. Now this was generating, I can put one in here, no problem. It generates at 2048 because it's 32 times 64, which is 2048. Right? Yeah, that seems, yeah, 2048. Now, Epic Bacon is 60.5 RF per tick. So basically 60 squared, which is a lot more. So if we can make a lot of Epic Bacon, this might be the best way to go about it. We're almost there. We just need to get some soybeans. And honestly, we're going to set up... I'm probably going to deconstruct this guy, because I want most of my base this direction. The tree farm, by the way, let's fly over there, because it's easier. So I will finish that up between episodes. We have a lot of oak wood. Now, there is an issue with oak wood. We'll probably need a lot later on in the series, or not. I don't actually know. But for the time being, let's get a void upgrade for our barrel. I don't know if it already has one. I hope it doesn't. We need 2 pistons. One of the best things to learn how to craft early game is pistons. So I don't remember if we put any void upgrades on this stuff. I guess we'll find out here in a moment. Yes, they both do have void upgrades. Alright, well, anything else that needs void upgrade? Not really. So, okay, I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember if I did that or not. And honestly, we might use void upgrades later anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. I did go ahead and take a bunch of the oak wood out, so currently that guy over there is just producing apples and saplings. Saplings for a little bit longer, because it's voiding the sludge, it's voiding the oak wood, and it's voiding the saplings once they get full. So let's get a storage upgrade. And you know what? Let's get let's get 6 pistons, and we can make 3 storage upgrades. And I'll do that just to make more storage upgrades. And now we'll fly over here and upgrade that just so we can store more, because might as well. The saplings don't really need all that many, but the oak wood having a lot more would be good. So that's to 9, so that's 40,000 wood that I can now store. So I'll just let that go. Alright, let's grab our Invar gears. I could always automate this with just something like this system, but I'm not doing it enough to really care all that much, so let's just make the induction furnace. Induction furnace, pretty easy to make, and we can set that up right here. So the idea is going to be, as I need more machines in here, I'm going to just place them here. Just basic machines, stuff that I can do little things on rather than making gigantic crafts and stuff like that. No need to go downstairs anymore. I will slowly over time just upgrade those. So let's take a look at some stuff here, like flux ducts. We need to make flux ducts. And I realize we have an auto spawner. Do we have... No. Do we have a... Oh, what is it called? It's a doll. What kind of doll is it? A freezing doll. Do we have this yet? Nope. We don't have much of any of that. So this is something that we were working on a while ago, trying to get all this thaumium to get blizzes. So that might be something we want to do. Just set up really quick, all that kind of stuff. Because in order to get the cryo-stabilized flux ducts, which is needed for the quest, we need, one, the empty flux ducts are not that difficult to get. But we do need to get half a bucket of gelid cryotheum. The only way to get that is with 2 cryotheum dusts, or if you have it already. So cryotheum dust requires blizz powder, And Blizz Powder requires, you know what, we do have a Blizz Rod. So we're not going to worry about that quite yet. I want to set up a mob farm later. I need to get back to the Nether. I want to kill the Wither Skeletons to get Wither Skulls, and then we'll use that to summon a Wither, and then we'll kill a Wither to get more stuff. We'll get the Division Sigil, and that'll allow us to make Cursed Earth, which will make a really efficient mob farm. That's kind of the path I want to go on that. So what's our quest with this? So we need to make one cryo-stabilized flux duct. Just one. So let's grind this up. That'll make a little bit more Blizz Powder, plus a snowball, which is nice. We can throw this stuff in here, and we can make Cryotheum. That should be everything but Niter. Niter either comes from saltpeter ore, which you get a lot of it. Blitz rods. Do we have any saltpeter? No. Do we have any blitz rods? No. So we're gonna have to get some sandstone, which I have a little bit, and we're gonna have to pulverize this. So hopefully one of these will give us Niter. And then this will allow us to basically make the cryotheum dust. So there is our half a bucket. And we're going to need the flux duct, the cryo-stabilized flux duct empty. So we're going to need electrum and 3 electrum, and we're going to need some hardened glass as well. And then we can get the cryo... I keep spelling cryo wrong. The cryo-stabilized flux duct. There we go. And 2 cryotheum dust. Down here, unfortunately we don't have another magma crucible or anything like that, so we just throw those in there. And there we go. So that should be a quest. We'll get 4 more of those. Now these things are really good. They allow you to transfer infinite redstone, RF. Redstone flux is what it's called. But they allow you to transfer infinite RF every tick. So they're really expensive, but they're worth it if you need to transfer a lot of power. We don't currently need to, so it doesn't matter. The reason I did that was that unlocks a quest somewhere else. And I have a feeling... I don't actually know, but I have a feeling it's down here. No? Okay. We need to get 300 solar panels. How bad would that be? What do we need for 300 solar panels? A lot of silver and a lot of redstone. Other than that, we could actually do that. So we have no redstone. We could probably get the decent amount of silver. Also, I can start transferring this stuff. Yeah, I'll just break the chest. And then cry a little bit because we don't have enough. So, I think... I'm trying to think of what to do for today's episode. Because honestly, power is something that... It's going to take me a little bit of time to get ready to do that. Let's see, we can put dust in there, and you can put all of this stuff in here. Can I? No. Okay. And that'll make it a lot easier. So there's a couple options for getting large amounts of redstone. And I think it's time for us to do some more agricraft. So redstone. We might want to do with this with a couple other things. If we look at redstone, we can get a decent amount from nether redstone ore. That might not be a bad idea. We have a bit of it, I think. But it's honestly hard. I really don't like the nether if I can avoid it, typically. I need to move a lot of this stuff over into the other system. But, you know, nether redstone ore, yeah, it's something we can deal with, but at the same time, don't necessarily want to. So what are our other options? Well, there's this redstone dendron seeds. Now these guys require redstone ore below them, but they make pretty good amounts of redstone. They make 1 redstone every once in a while. If we look at the uses of them, they produce redstone when fully grown. However, there is a better seed. I think. Is there a better one? Maybe not. What are the other ways to get this? No. Because I know there is like the enderweed. I think it's only like diamonds that you can upgrade with that. Excuse me. I'm going to take a quick drink. So we need red tulip and daisy seeds. So what's going to be the best way? If we get a decent farm of redstone dendron to 10-10-10, we can automate it and get a lot of redstone coming in. Because otherwise, we either need to go mining in the nether, we could get a laser, which we're going to want at some point anyways, but not really feasible right now. Or glowstone. If we had a lot of glowstone, we could duplicate it with mana. That's not a terrible idea, but that's kind of expensive right now. Or sifting for dust. So bees are also a good idea. And electric combs give you destabilized redstone. Glittering ordered combs. Okay, so there's a few options. Bees are also a good choice, but I don't know. So let's get a little bit of agricraft done. So we have poppy, we have daisy, we have red tulips, we have the redstone dendron. So I will probably 10-10-10 those. We'll go. Let's actually head to the nether real quick. We'll get some more redstone. And if redstone is the main thing that we're missing, that's not a bad deal. We could probably make those 300 solar panels and not only complete a quest, but then we could use those to then turn around and get a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of power. So the big thing with the nether is I don't want to deal with. So here's some nether redstone ore. With silk touch, this breaks, but you get the nasty little creatures. I think they're called hellfish. They're the nether silverfish. So if we're careful, it's not that big of a deal, but I still don't want to have to deal with mining the nether for redstone if I can help it. But this will give us 2. Is that really it? I guess if we use some rich slag we get 3. So I want a 9x9 of redstone dendron 10-10-10 seeds. So let's just get a bunch of it. Let's get at least, I guess more would be better, but we'll get a few. Stand back when you break the stuff. Here's a nice little pit full. It's actually not that rare. It's just a matter of the hellfish, which I don't really want to deal with. But hey, we have 9 already. You can also, I believe, you can also use a crook on those and get the redstone as well. But that's not it's not really a feasible option, just because it's not a really good chance. I hear that spider. I wanted to close up this lava, just because if that ever gets updated, the lava comes out. So any more redstone in the immediate vicinity? There's a little bit over there. Is it worth it to go over there? Yeah, why not? Why not? I hear gas, so let's grab this, and yeah, that's about all I can see in the immediate vicinity. We are hungry. Oh, there's quite a bit more right there. So more redstone. I mean, technically 10 would be 200 redstone. So this might be enough to get the solar panels. Just as it is, so if that's the case, I'll still do the 10 10 10s with the where's our base? I'll still do the 10 10 10s with the Rhododendron, but that'll be a little bit less of a concern. So fly over this way. Oh, hey, here's some more. Yeah, I think we can make these solar panels. So that'll be an interesting quest, a fun quest, but just one that's going to help us with our power problems. Passive generation is always best, in my opinion, because I don't have to do anything with it. It just kind of does its thing, and I don't have to worry about it. So that is usually what I go for, if I can. Alright, so let's go home. We'll get the redstone dendron seeds. Now those also crossbreed into other things. So I'm going to get a little bit of redstone going right now. Like I said, I want at least 9 of those, so we'll cook up a few more. Otherwise, we'll pulverize the rest. And so that's 6, 7, 8. That's enough. And then we can I guess we only need 6, don't we? Because that would be exactly 9. And once we have a 10 by 10, a 10 10 10, 9, actually we want 12. Don't we? Do we? No, not 12, 16. So 2 more, and then we can go ahead and pulverize one of these. A 4x4 in total later will be really good, but that will give us some cinnabar. We can put the rest of this stuff away, and we'll take these. Actually, let's put most of these in here except for 3, and we'll just fly over here. Now these guys, I think between episodes, one of the big things I'm going to do is I'm going to make yet another platform. I don't know where yet. I think over in this area would be really good. Maybe here going this way and have the farm. This will be my animal farm area because of all the sheep, which that has bred them all. We'll get no more sheep, which is fine. That's a good number. Anything else we need here farm-wise will do, but we'll go out, or we could go that way. It doesn't really matter. And we'll have our farm. I think we'll go this way. We'll have a nice farm with all of our crops, including our wheat, our 10 10 10 wheat. So, I don't need this guy here right now. So I have a couple solar panels just kind of hanging out for the time being. I think when we start doing bees, we're gonna have a tesseract just because that's gonna make things easier. But let's head over here for right now. I'm going to pick up all this stuff. And I want to go ahead and make sure that these are all identified 10 10 10s. So we'll need a few more later, but that's fine. So we have the redstone dendron. We can go ahead. I'm not going to do much with this yet. I'll do a 3x3 like that later. But for right now, I want just these guys with some dirt. And I can't remember. Do I have to till it? I do, don't I? I have a mattock in my hand. What am I doing? So I want to just do one of these redstone dendrons, and we're going to water it. And I want to get an extra one for the time being. And then we're going to crossbreed some stuff. So this plant cannot grow here. It's probably a light thing. Oh, because it's touched. I bet. Watch. If I touch that, it can't grow. That's weird. So the redstone dendron seeds. Those guys allow us to get gold, later emeralds, and copper. Plus the endearing weed, which this guy gives you enderium nuggets. We're going to get a lot of this stuff. And we're going to have farms set up with the MFR machines and all that fun stuff. So getting that will be really good later. I think I'm going to set up... Actually, you know what? Instead of doing... I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I might end up making a tower. I like farming towers. What can I say? But if we extend that direction, or... Yeah, I want to extend it that direction because that's going to be the easiest. We'll have a nice area for stuff. But let's take a look. There's a lot of redstone. Keep this stuff on me. I will take care of those guys in a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to probably I'm going to get some more redstone dendron seeds. And if we take a look, so redstone dendrons, we need gold plus orange tulip. I think we have orange tulips. And then the other one that we can probably get is the iron. The ferrarium? No, that requires lapis. Lapis is blue and pink with some lapis ore. So let's get some lapis ore. We should have some. If not, we have some nether. If not, we can go into the nether. And nether lapis. So we have iron, we have gold, we have copper. I can't remember. Yeah, copper is red tulip with redstone. So basically, I'm gonna get some stuff set up. I might go down below to do some of the crossbreeding stuff for now with all the ores. But I'm gonna start working on getting all the seeds we can. Now later on, if we take a look at just seeds, there is a bunch of these like ironweed seeds. Requires blocks of iron underneath. Now these guys, instead of giving you nuggets, which is what the ferrarium seeds do, they give you iron nuggets. These guys give you actual ingots. So that's why there's not a redstone. There doesn't need to be a redstone. But there's like baba, those give you mutton. I don't think we'll need that unless we need to make it later. I'm not going to worry about that. Bonewort gives you bone. That's not a bad idea. Chicken, don't care. Copper, sure. Eggplant, eggs, maybe. Cloud fluffs give you wool. That would be nice. Illuminations, aluminum. Invar, signalum. Feathers. Nickel ingots. Diamonds. Just actual diamonds. That's one that I want. Platinum, iron. This milkweed gives you beef. And just ender pearls, enderium, blaze powder. So there's a lot of really good seeds you can get from AgriCraft. We're going to go after some of them, but others not so much. So what I'm going to do between episodes is work on some crossbreeding. Most of it is going to be pretty simple. I will show off what does what when we get there. So like I'm going to get, for example, the lapis, the lavender seeds. So it's just blue orchid and pink tulip. I'll keep that up for when the episode, when I'm ready to record the episode, and we'll take a look at it. But other than that, not too worried about doing that off camera for a little bit. So can we make 300 of these guys? We still need 50 redstone and 200 silver. So silver is the issue. We have 200 silver, but we need 200 more. So this is going to use like all of our redstone. That's not that big of a deal. But we need a lot of silver. So this is completely empty of silver. And I'm going to move a lot of this stuff as we go. I really need to redo a little bit of the applied energistic system again, but it's not that bad. So we have, do we have some silver? Yeah, we have 5 silver. We can use this to get two ores or straight into 4 silver. The 2 ores will give us, we could get 3 ingots with that, but I mean, we're talking hundreds of pieces of silver. So we're going to have to take our time with the solar panels, I think. Not going to be quite ready to do anything with that yet, but we'll get there. So let's take a look at some quests and see if we can't just do some quests for the rest of the episode. And otherwise, the best thing to do would be to come down here. And honestly, we have plenty of power. I'm not going to turn that system on. I'm just going to turn that guy on. Actually, I'm not even going to turn that on. Let's get just a stack of gravel. A stack of dust. And most of a stack of sand. And let that go for a while, and then, you know what, we can turn that on. I don't know if this is going to continuously try to pull out everything or not. I guess that would be something to look at. Or is it going to be smart about it? It is not going to be smart about it, but what I can do... I don't know what's going to be the best way to do that. I could always set up more filters. I think that's what we're going to have to do, is get like 3 more filters. And that way, and put it on its own separate thing. So we have 1 filter, we need 2 more. Easy enough. We're also going to need some more item ducts. Let's fix this real quick, and then we'll do some quests and call the episode. So that I can get to work doing other things, and like I said, we'll come back next time, and hopefully we'll be able to make a whole bunch of solar panels, and then we'll upgrade them. Because that's pretty much the point of the solar panels. So I want that, but I want this disconnected immediately. And then we're going to just get 3 filters. 1, 1, and 1. Filter, filter, filter. Weightless gravel. Weightless sand. Weightless dust. And now, whenever I want to sift, I should be able to just ignore that, and this should pull out only what is needed. And then this will do its thing. Honestly, I should probably upgrade that servo. Do we have any other servos? Let's get a really good servo, so that goes fast. Can I get an Enderium servo? I need 2 Enderium and a hardened glass, so that'll take a second, but it shouldn't be that bad. And 2 Enderium. We already have the Enderium blend, so it's just a matter of making the pyrotheum dust and then cooking it up, and that's like nothing. So we'll put one of those back. Let's grab our crescent hammer, and there we go. That is much faster, and that's kind of the point. So eventually we can upgrade all of our item ducts to impulse item ducts, but I don't think that's going to be super important right now. So only other question I have is, how are we doing on storage space? Just fine. That's something I think I'm considering putting all of the storage, all of the drives upstairs, but I don't know yet. I don't know what we're going to put upstairs. So let's take a look at a quest that we can do pretty easily. Let's take a look at some power grid stuff, because that's what we were working on. So there is this flux windmill and electrum rotor. So let's take a look at that. Fluxed windmill. Which version? Reinforced. That's a bad idea to search. So let's look up fluxed. I guess it's just flux. So in order to make this guy, we need a machine frame reinforce, or we can do a hardened. Don't we already have? We already have a windmill, so let's just upgrade the one we had. I just have to go find it. It's over here somewhere. You know what? I'll deal with that stuff off camera. Most of it's just moving things. I think it's in here, isn't it? We have another igneous extruder. I'm gonna take that so I know that I have it. In here? Yes. So we have the basic and we have an iron rotor. Can we use this? No. We're electrum rotor is a craft. So that's whatever. But we have a basic. We should be able to upgrade it to harden. That'll be easier, I think, in the long run than anything else. So flux windmill, the hardened version requires that plus an electrum gear, which I believe we have to. Yep. So electrum, let's make not 100. Let's make like 20. It's going to use a little bit of our silver supply, but that's fine. And then we're also going to want a little bit of signalum. We're going to want, let's get 12. It's going to use a little bit of our redstone, but again, that's okay. So there's 3. Once we have a 4th, I'll go ahead and get, and it'll take a second to cook up, but yeah, once we have the 4th, we'll go get our 2 gears smelted up, and that should be pretty much all we need to do. So flux windmill, that guy, and then we'll need 4 hardened glass. So let's go ahead and go tell the system to make that. Shouldn't be a problem. So if you already have something in there, you can middle mouse click to go ahead and autocraft it if you have an autocrafting recipe for it. That is something that's kind of good to know. It's one of those weird things that's just like, you know, it's one of those things that I always just took all the items out and then crafted it. but it's just middle mouse click. It's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. So the electrum will give us the hardened, and we can make the reinforced, and we'll keep that on us. And then we need the electrum rotor, and that should be the quest. We'll get some flux electrum blend and a reward bag. So let's throw that stuff in there because I don't really care about it. The flux electrum blend is kind of nice, but we have the ability to make that, so kind of cool. We have a great reward bag, which gave us some spider eyes and fermented spider eyes. Okay. And you know what? Let's do one more. Water power, steam turbine, and steam boiler. So if we just look up steam boiler is 2 reinforced portable tanks. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're gonna need hardened glass times 8. So let's get that, and let's see, we're gonna need nether brick. I don't have any nether brick, but we should be able to make it from nether rack, which I have a bunch. I mean, we have a bunch of crush. Let's see, we need 6 nether brick, so that's 24. And let's go use the better, the faster guy down here. Again, we'll make this stuff better later. The machines up there, the basic ones, I'll upgrade those later and get the speed upgrades and all that kind of stuff. But for now, let's see, we need steam. So the steam boiler, we can get the 2 hardened tanks, nether brick stairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all we need now is the sludge boiler. Ooh. So we need a machine frame. I have that on autocraft. So sludge boiler. I thought that was just like a standard thing. So 2 iron gears, which we have to cast those because it's not switching. So 8 iron. And one of these days we might want to make a sludge boiler otherwise, but and actually sludge boiler might be a quest in the sky farm. Multi-farms, factory farmer, or is it in the assembly line? It's in the assembly line, so this is actually going to give us 2 quests. So once this cooking, we'll get the sludge boiler. Now these are, what the sludge boilers do is they take sludge from the farms and it will turn that with a little bit of power into random items. You can get dirt, clay, various soils, just a bunch of different things. If we look, I don't know if we can look at the right click. No, can we right click the sludge? Yeah, so you can get peat, ash, decaying wheat, sand, all sorts of stuff. And some things that you should be able to get but is disabled in this pack. So just a bunch of stuff that you can get from the sludge boiler. It's recycling, but I'd rather just avoid it all. It's easier. And honestly, it's not worth it with the sludge boiler. So let's go ahead and make that. We just need 2 furnaces. And there is the second. And there's the sludge boiler. So that should be a quest. Here will give us a full heart. Nothing else, but that's fine. And then power grid, steam. So now I need to go get more plastic. I need more rubber. So let's fly over here. What's this doing? Why is this idle? Okay, I have no idea. But we have a bunch of rubber, so it's not difficult to get all that and just come over here. Cook up some plastic. We just need 2, so let's just do that. It'll craft more than that, but 2 for now is all we need. And then the other steam item that we needed was the steam turbine, which is going to require 2 silver gears, so more silver. And a machine frame. Go ahead and teach that. And do we have the plastic yet? We do. Cool. So there's the steam boiler. I've never actually used that block. Water heated to boil and produce steam. Pump steam into a steam turbine and it will produce power. So, plastic tank. Is the steam boiler also from... I don't actually know. Is the steam boiler is from MFR? Is the steam turbine also from MFR? Yeah, so basically you use these 2 things to get steam, and then with the steam you can make power. So I don't know how good these are. 160 RF per tick. We're a little bit past that. So just doing this for quest reasons. That's the way this mod pack works. You kind of do the things you want to get all the power and everything that you want, and then you go back later and kind of finish things up. So there is the 2 silver gears, and we should be able to make the steam turbine pretty easily. Now we are missing a couple things. So this guy is not that difficult. We need 2 pistons. And then we need some sort of dynamo. I bet it's the steam dynamo. And we might actually have one of those. So that does require a steam dynamo. And like I said, I think we have one of those that we made earlier. So might as well reuse it. Again, that's early game power. Not really planning on using anything like that. So might as well put it to some use. And... there we go. There's the steam turbine. So that is another quest. Didn't unlock anything. There's also a couple other things that we'll look at maybe in the next episode. So let's get the good reward back, and it's a tallow golem. Cool. Those guys are really kind of cool. Golems are really useful if you like using them. I will put it that way. I'm not a big fan of golems, but they are very useful. I will admit that. So that's going to be it for this episode. Pretty much, I'm going to kind of, I'm going to do some work with Agricraft, I think, and I kind of plan out the next moves, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!